Hello friends and welcome back to Vintage Sports Shack. Today we're going to be talking about 10X in the hobby and what I think about it. So as always, stand up, stretch out, because away we go. Alright guys, going to talk about 10X in the hobby, where I think the hobby's at from perception, observation, things of that nature. But before we get to it, I wanted to remind, and I'm doing it today because this is where I get the most viewers. We had a contest for November. It was for this wax pack. Had to guess a number 1 to 200. The number was 12. So if anyone guessed that, my final time of announcing this is Wednesday, and then I'm sending it out. Someone said they guessed 9. So far, he is the winner. Or she. I'm not sure if it's a he or a she. I apologize. But it is one of the two. Trust me. Anyhow, he or she, a 9. But I seen someone guessed 11. That's why I'm holding off. Hopefully someone gets that. So, that's all I want to talk about that today. But to get right into 10X in the hobby. I read an article today about brakes. And as a hobby 10Xing. And what a lot of us don't realize is, yes, it is. I didn't realize because I've never been in a brake, never bought into a brake. I don't gamble. Sports Kings, fantasy football, none of that. Been to Vegas a few times, lost a few $1,000s. That was enough for me. But I don't gamble as a whole. It's not a part of who I am, so it's kind of hard for me to even try to investigate it because it's a boring subject to me, and it's something that I just think is a loss of money. So, but I started looking into gambling, and a lot of people are like, "Well, the hobby can't 10X that way. You know, it's not sustainable." But if you notice, hobby box prices keep going up. And I know a lot of you are like, well, inflation. Yeah, that's a little bit of it. But also supply and demand. They're selling these cards through breaks. And you can buy into a break, let's say, for $50 instead of $1,000 for a hobby box, or $400 or $500 for a hobby box. And you get that thrill. I know fantasy football, boy, people talk about fantasy football, gambling, Texas Hold'em, things like that. People are just obsessed with gambling. And I know the card father out in California says it's not sustainable, and right at first I agreed with him. I was like, yeah, gambling, because I'm not a gambler. I agreed with him, it didn't make no sense. But the more and more I look into it, and the more and more I talk to people, and I don't just talk to hobby people. I have a nephew, loves to gamble. God love him. Works hard. His wife works hard. He has the money to do it. God love him. But he loves breaks. He just loves the Colts. Just wants Colts. Don't want nothing else. So to him, it's a no-brainer. He gets the excitement of gambling. He gets just Colts when he hits. He doesn't want all the other stuff in the box. He just wants Colts. There's just many reasons to him. It's so fulfilling. Entertainment, get what you want. On and on and on. And it don't cost you $1,000 for a hobby box. So, from a standpoint of someone buying, I kind of get it. From the company, what it tells the company is, hey, we can keep jacking up these prices. They keep buying in. Fanatics encourages breaks. They're behind it. Why? Less people they have to sell to, but more product. All they care about is printing product. And still having control over it. I was doing a little bit of projecting, what I would do as a owner of Fanatics. How would I 10X the hobby? And I wanted to go over that and tell a few stories, like always. 1730. This is what I would do if I were to wanted to 10X the hobby. Because I believe that gambling is doing it. I see value boxes going up. I see prices, you know, the cards going up real quick and then crash. So that high for those guys is working. But now, let's say you truly wanted to 10x the hobby. Take the gambling out. How would you do that? Well, in 1731, Benjamin Franklin signed the first contract that we're aware of on his printing business. Have someone else print for him. Now, that wasn't completely what I'm getting at, but that was the first step. In 1861, Martha Matilda Harper, a Canadian woman, had a shop in Canada. She wanted to sell more. Her store was doing well, but she couldn't sell more. She wrote a little contract and made more stores. Then, 1860, a guy named Albert Singer, selling sewing machines, invented a sewing machine. Didn't invent one, but developed a line. Wanted to sell more sewing machines. Wasn't doing real great, had a small shop. So what did he do? Signed a contract for someone else to sell them. What I'm getting is, guys, franchising. Now, to most of us who understand franchising, we think of Ray Kroc. He bought McDonald's. Actually, kind of weaseled it out from the McDonald brothers. And took McDonald's and moved it across the country by franchising. What that is I own Fanatics. I want a shop. If you have, let's say, 100 shops right now, I want 1,000 franchise. You don't think that 10 times the people would want to sell cards? And you think, well, why don't they just franchise? They lose control. They lose control of where the holograms go. You have to start being fair when you start franchising. If they franchise, they have no control, supply and demand. They have to fill up all the shops that they franchise equally. So the supply will go up. The demand will go up because there's more, but they have no control over it. Right now they have a monopoly. You have to take what they give you, because that's all you get. And I know you think, well, they got Leaf and Matt, and nobody wants that. Nobody wants unlicensed garbage. I mean, I hate being rude, but it's garbage. Don't buy that stuff. Don't hustle that on people if you are. But back to the franchising. You want to expand your company, and the way to do it is franchising. Now, if they didn't want control, if they didn't want to load their boxes, send them to their boys, if they didn't want to have control of the highest price cards that their buddies, you know, like the LeBron James 101s, and I'm sure they got some Victor Wembanyama's back somewhere, and whoever else, they'd lose control of all that. And they can't have that. So, I mean, they manipulate the price instead of letting the public define the price. So that's my thought on 10x in the hobby. You know, is it 10xing? Yeah, sadly, slowly. People can't stay off brakes. Could there be a better way? I think so, absolutely. I think 100% that franchising should be the way they should go. Be fair, be equal, give everybody a chance. I know a lot of people that want a franchise. So, comment down below. Tell me what you think. As always, peace. Have a super great day. And why'd we come here?